Accra Police Operations Commander Chief Superintendent Kwesi Ofori has been denying that he excluded the East Legon Police Commander from security plans drawn for the by-election. The Legon Police Commander DSP George Asare earlier told the commission probing the by-election violence that he was not included in the security operation of the polls on that day. He said DSP George Asare cannot under any circumstance say he was not deployed because he was cited on patrol duties that day. We'll bring you the part where he mentions that. But everybody has narrated their own version of what happened on that day prior to the violence that erupted. Here is Chief Superintendent Kwesi Ofori's own version as he narrated it to the commission today.
I decided to know in deeper terms what really happened. So we went to the crowd and they said some people on board a vehicle or vehicles came in and, shot several times. But through our questioning, we got to know that it added some official color to what they were saying, that the people are officers. That one vehicle was marked police SWAT team and so forth. So that made us also to contact our men on the ground. But they seem not to know where the vehicle were coming from. So I decided to see the candidate. I went in immediately. In fact, we had a difficulty in getting to the residence. And after introducing myself and my team, they gave us access. That they gave about 4 people to enter, 4 or 5 people to enter. They were in charge of the gate, some group of boys, unknown boys. So we entered, and I asked of the candidate, and he thought we were part of the team that came to his residence. So on top of his voice, that we should arrest him and take him away. And I said, "Oh, gentlemen, we are here to listen to you. We are not here to pick you. We are here to listen to you, find out what has happened." And I mentioned my name to him and my office. And he took us to his upper room, and together we had a discussion. And I told him I'm the field officer responsible for the by-elections in terms of security, and that I want to restore order in and around his residence. Initially, he said the boys might do that, and I asked him whether he knows all of them. He said no. Then I said, well, it may be in his interest to accept the police. Because if you have unknown people, several of them around your residence, it's a bit, he may be a bit insecure. So I employed 9 police personnel at his place to take charge of his resident and his person. And I also briefed the personnel that they should ensure his security and they should not allow those group of boys, to have more access to the place, though others refuse to go out.
Chief Superintendent Kwesi Ofori there earlier at the commission. Well, he's been also responding, as I indicated earlier on, to allegations by DSP Asare that on that day he was cut off from the operations. Here is how Chief Superintendent Kwesi Ofori responds to that allegation.
District Commander for the Legon District has told this commission that on the day he was not given any specific role to play. What do you have to say?
My Lord, when you refer to Operational Order 1, 2019, page 3, which requested or directed the divisional commanders to deploy their men. The district commander at East Legon is a subset of the airport division. So also the airport district commander as well as the Legon police commander. Therefore, being a subset of the division under the divisional commander airport, and page 3, directing the divisional commander to deploy his personnel, he is part, or he was part of that team, and cannot, under any circumstances in line with the operational order, to say that he has not been deployed. Because on that day, I saw him on GP 5108, a Toyota Corolla, with some members, going round in his jurisdiction. It's a Toyota virtually new vehicle, and he was on board. And the driver happened to be Sergeant Takwokun, and they were going around, driving everywhere. We met them, they were on duty. Therefore, I will be surprised. And moreover, he is a friend in addition. So he has no problem with me. He has been a long-time friend as a young man in the Ashanti region inspector, and he was a constable. And he happened to be very close to me, and thereafter.
Now, the same commander has told the commission that he called to complain. He called you personally to complain about not being included.
As I said on that day, a lot of officers, called, and being a friend, he actually, came up to say that he has not been, deployed. He actually came to me, and I told him that he should refer to the operational order. Moreover, being the district commander, he has a responsibility, not only on election-related matters, but on non-election matters. They may be, since people may be going out of their homes to vote, criminals may want to also to take advantage of the situation. So as a district commander, he was a general commander, within his jurisdiction. We did not interfere with.
Chief Superintendent Kwesi Ofori there responding to allegations that DSP Asari, who is in charge of the district police for Legon, was sidelined during that by-election. Well, one of the key issues that have come up since the committee started its sitting has been how the police was unaware of national security operations to apparently retrieve weapons allegedly lodged at the NDC's parliamentary candidate's home in that area. It has come out that there was lack of coordination among the security agencies on duty that day. Here is Chief Superintendent Kwesi Ofori again on that issue.
When you look at the operational order, it captured all possible threats. But we did not know that some major security operation may be conducted by a state apparatus. We did not know. And as I said, the police is part of the national security infrastructure. We cannot deny that. They are the superstructure. And I believe in the future, we may need greater collaboration and coordination, put our heads together, for the common good of our country.
Chief.
Yes, my lord.
You may agree with me that on the day, from the account you are giving, it could have been any group at all not even connected to national security, who will post themselves as national security and carried out all the incidents without the police knowing?
Yes, I agree with you. Looking at our operational order, we captured such incidents of terror and other things from notorious criminal groups and so forth, from macho men and other things. If I were to, okay, I think I have additional copy, and we stated that threat, the insecurity at the police stations, drunken and disorderly behavior, terrorists may take advantage of a huge number to cause havoc. There could be uncontrolled crowd disorder. Hoodlums and criminals may take advantage to wreak on unsuspecting citizens activities of talks at polling station. And there could be the tendency for aggrieved persons to snatch ballot boxes.
So people are already describing Chief Superintendent Kwesi Ofori as the star witness for today, because basically there were two other journalists who were there, but their times were really short at the commission. Joseph Akable is my colleague who has been covering the commission sitting for us every day. Joseph is here with me in the studio. Joseph, you're welcome. And we'll be talking about what happened at the sitting today momentarily, but let me bring you the very final bit of Chief Superintendent Kwesi Ofori's testimony. One of the things that every time Professor Henrietta Mensah-Bonsu takes the stage will ask is whether or not there has been a report post the by-election, and it has come out that there has not been any such report. Chief Superintendent Kwesi Ofori is one of those who again reaffirms there has not been any such report after that incident, well, almost a month afterwards.
Did you or your department or any of the departments under you prepare an after-action report of the incidents?
Immediately we reported, on radio, which is an official medium, that one, there was some kind of situation at Ayawaso, Wogon constituency, particularly the La Baoleshi, that there were some blastings, some marks of weapon or bullets, bags of bullets, and so forth. And those areas, and we waited till the crime scene management team came in to engage in matters regarding criminalistics and scene management. That one, we left it to the domain of the experts. But we created that atmosphere for them to be able to work and elicit and pick whatever they want to do. And as I said, the little that I happened to know at the time, I led the leader to those places. They had to take note, but I cannot decide what they should do, but you have to take note of those things and assure them of our presence. Even in view of that, the cameraman, whilst we were doing that, also took photograph of us at the scene, and we left and went back to the main area where I earlier on said among the local populace. So we deployed and we engage a lot of people. Yes, my lord.
Are all these...
My lord, we did not put this into writing from the operational unit because immediately showed us, following that field meeting we had, close to the scene or at the scene, that they've embarked on investigations and going to the hospital, and for them going to the police station to find out those arrested and so forth. And the coming in of the crime scene management team suggests that investigation has started, and the operational unit will need not do any other thing or write any other thing that may murder investigations. But when we are called upon anytime, any day with my officers, we may give a true account of what we saw, what we heard, and so forth, among others.
Chief Superintendent Kwesi Ofori there earlier. He was at the commission. Joseph, you're here. This took how long for Chief Superintendent Kwesi Ofori?
It took well over an hour.
Well over an hour.
Yes.
Well over an hour. Interesting. What were the observations? I mean, are there any other key observations, from his session with the commission?
One issue came up for the first time. You recall that there had been questions about the number of people who were at the residence of the parliamentary candidates and why they were there. And if you recall the engagement between Sam George and Professor Henrietta Mensah Bonsu, her description of the crowd as a strange crowd. Now, the police officer, the director of operations, tells the commission that when he engaged the parliamentary candidates about the need for the police to provide protection for him, he was told that the boys will protect him. And when he asked who those boys were, he says he was referring to some 50 boys who were on the compound and some in front of the house. He was pushed by the commission as to whether he knows these individuals and who the parliamentary candidate believed could provide security protection for him. And he said that no, he didn't know them, but they were muscular men who had been brought in. Then he goes on to talk about his own experience about vigilante groups. He was pushed by the commission, but he still didn't refer to them as a vigilante group, except to say that they are party boys. He could identify them as such, who had come in heavily built, who were clearly in the mood to provide some security, but the police went ahead to provide their own security. 9 officers were left to protect the man. So that is in terms of new information from the testimony that has come so far. This is fresh information. Okay,
well, thank you very much for that update. Let's talk about those who came afterwards. I mean, we're not showing you at the moment, but later there was Paul A.W.W, who is host of Good Evening Ghana, who showed up, and then there was Bernard Avila as well. But Paul A.W.W's interaction was really short. Tell us a bit about it.
It was quite brief. I mean, when he came in, there were some few questions that were asked of him. The first was the commission tried to understand the role he had played in the process, and he explained that he was part of his team. They put together a team to monitor the elections. So he was asked direct questions about whether he was at the venue of the election or where the violence took place. He said no. Then they asked him whether he has any evidence that was relevant to the commission. He said he had some videos. He was asked whether it was readily available. He said no, he could make it available within a short while. Then he was asked whether he was the one who took those videos personally. He said no. Then the commission said that, in fact, in the words of Professor Henrietta Mensah Bonsu, she said, since there is nothing unclear and the videos are unavailable, there are no questions that the commission can ask of him at this moment. So he was discharged, and this was very brief.
This was how many? 5 minutes?
If you take out the name mentioned, the swearing and everything, it should be about 4 minutes.
4 minutes.
Yes.
And was he supposed to return, with the video that he says he had?
He was discharged. He needs to make the videos available to the commission.
They did not find out from him whether he was willing to bring back the video. So
the only bits that he used to do is the individuals who took those videos. So once the videos are brought to the commission says if it finds it necessary to invite the individuals who took the videos to come and testify, they'll call upon those individuals. Then
there was Bernard Avila from CT. He came up with 2 lawyers as well. It was also a very brief interaction, even though he did play some videos.
Yes, he did play about 9 of them actually. Okay. And these were videos that were taken by 2 of his cameramen. These were cameramen that one of them had been referred to by Sam George as having taken cover in a school in that particular room where you had the ballot box hidden also. Yeah. So those videos were also shown. They were actually raw footages. We are told that there are also other news reports that are in the upper parts of the collection, but the commission preferred to take a look at the raw footages. And similar to the Paul A.W.W testimony, the only difference is that with that of Bernard Avila, the videos were played. But in terms of the interaction, the conclusion from the commission was to the effect that if they find it necessary to engage the reporters who were at that particular venue, the camera person who took that video to, they will be in a position to invite them to come over to engage them. So in terms of Bernard Avle's interview, to those were the main issues that came up. He identified and informed the commission that indeed his cameraman had taken some of the videos that had been tended to the commission already.
All right. Well, interesting moment. It looks like it's been at the commission sitting today. They went away today. The commission has ended. The sitting has ended today. When else are they coming to sit?
So in terms of sitting, it may have to take place next week. But tomorrow the commission is embarking on an important assignment, and that is visiting at the location involved. So they are expected to go to the polling station where the voting was taking place. They are to visit the school, the uncompleted building that we are told someone was lying motionless, for which reason the MP believed that person had died. Then also they'll visit the premises of the parliamentary candidate of the NDC in the recent by-election. So those are the areas that they are expected to visit tomorrow, together with a team that will include some experts who take photographs, among others, try to get a sense of what's happened at the venue and reconcile, because it has been very difficult for the commission to follow through the testimony of individuals in terms of the direction, the location of the various places, and they are expected to get a fair understanding once they're able to visit the locations tomorrow.
And do we know who else will be coming to the commission?
We know that the MP for the area is one of the individuals who is supposed to appear before the commission subsequently. A date is yet to be fixed. Okay. The IGP, we understand, is expected to appear eventually, and they are still engaging to see when they could fix a date for him to come over. There are some other journalists who are also expected to come up, including Roland Walker. He was actually at the scene, and there are also some others who are also at the ground that they expected to be invited by the commission.
Interesting. Joseph A.W., thank you very much for that update. Joseph A.W. is a man who is with the Commission of Inquiry, the Emil Short Commission of Inquiry, sitting at the Christian Book Castle, Supt, and he's bringing us updates there. We'll see how it all pans out. Very interesting times ahead.